Welcome to the High Talk Podcast. I'm your host, DeLorean Guest, and I am here with the one and only Kid Chaos, an amazing musician and artist. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the page. We really appreciate the support. All right, you ready to dive into some questions?
I'm ready if you are, my guy.
All right, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling good.
Pretty good.
The coffee is starting to hit my system. You know,
Kicking
so
in,
I'm waking
caffeine.
up a little bit. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
How about you?
I'm doing pretty great. Woke up, got ready for today, prepared, hung out with the dogs for a little bit. Got my vibe right. Some meditation, you know, popped a few edibles, whatever.
Yeah. Easy.
All
Start
right.
off easy, you know. Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, so first question, let's dive into it. So your journey as an artist has been impressive and motivating. What inspired you to start making music, and when did you know that this was your passion?
When I started and when I realized it was my passion were definitely two distinctly different periods in time. I started I actually was in college at Ohio State. Shout out OSU, the Ohio State University.
OSU.
Yeah. I was there for aerospace engineering.
Okay, smart guy.
I guess. I don't know. Yeah. And then I just had an awakening, which is a story for another day. It was just like a life-changing epiphany or whatever. And I just realized that that path I was walking really wasn't my own. I was living somebody else's life or like dream of what my life, what they envisioned at my life, what they thought it should be. And then I just woke up and realized that like, at the end of the day, like that's not really going to cut it for me. I gotta walk this out myself and figure out like who I really am inside. Right. And I just really, you know what I'm saying? I'm a creative guy. I just like to, I have vision and I like to see things executed. And so I just tried a bunch of different things. I got into YouTube and was making YouTube videos. My
Always
girlfriend,
a good start.
Yeah. We had a couple channel or whatever that. So we were.
Oh, so y'all were doing like content before the music thing?
Absolutely,
really? Okay.
yeah. And then so I tried my hand at music too, and it went about as well as you would expect someone's first couple songs to go. So not great, but
Some bumps in the roads, but whatever, some hiccups.
Yeah, but you respect the artistry, you know what I'm saying? As far as like, just like anybody who's pursuing something new, like you always got to respect it and give them their props. It's scary, you know what I'm saying? And especially for them to continue walking that path after you start seeing like, yo, this is shaky, you know what I'm saying? But like that's, you know, I really respect that.
I was just going to say, I respect that the most, like, even knowing that it's scary and intense, you still keep going and try and work through it. So that takes courage for sure.
Yeah. So and then I would say about 2019 is when I really started to develop my own, develop my own real passions for music. Out of all the things that I picked up and juggled, the music was like the one. And so I think I stepped out and performed for the first time in 2022.
Okay.
And then things just hit the ground running from then. And I think it was after I started hitting the At Work agency. Shout out Sam Rothstein at At Work agency. Shout out CHAO. I hit up those open mics and I really found out like what the scene was all about, you know. And so that's when I started to build that sense of community and seeing what like the impact I could have on people who were actually listening and really feeling me, you know what I'm saying? Like person to person. Like, yeah, you see that impact. And that's when I was like, yo, I love this synergy, this symbiotic attachment we've developed, I guess, like as a community. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's when that really, I think 2022, 2023 is when this whole thing started to really get rolling and I fell in love with this. So here I am now. I give my whole self to the game, I start to give back a little bit, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So getting started for an artist can be difficult sometimes. Are there any challenges you faced that change your views of the industry at all, or that made you want to walk away? I know you said like things were shaky at all, and you kept going, but
yeah, really, it was just I don't think I had enough of the support structure around me, like the people around me to like really motivate me to keep going.
Okay.
It took me just like being stubborn, you know what I'm saying? Just to be like, I'm seeing this thing through, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's really what helped me push through that phase where like it really wasn't clicking. And then I found the missing ingredient really was like the right engineer to make me sound good. You know what I'm saying? Like when I listen to something, I'm not like, yo, this sounds like somebody recorded this on an iPhone in their basement and laid it over it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a difference, you know?
Right, yeah.
When you listen to your voice and you're like, yo, that sounds like what's so-and-so off the radio. Like the way that they make you sound. And you're like, okay, I can make some dope, cool stuff. So that helped me push through, was just like really finding the right people and, you know, my girlfriend. And then I had like a solid 1 or 2 friends who were like, when I would come home with some pressure, then they let me know, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They would let me know. And so that was like all I really needed to hear to really push through that. I would say, as far as things that have changed, as far as my views on the music scene and just like the industry and as a whole, I really see this more of a, you know, people can say jaded or whatever, but like you kind of get more seasoned, I'd say, as time goes on. Mm-hmm. And I just realized it really started to hit me how much of this was a business, and like we obviously do this for the love of the art, but like we gotta build a brand, we gotta like get our name out there. And so it kind of changes the dynamic and how you engage with audiences and with the people around you. And it can look kind of back once you figure out the game. It's kind of like it can look backwards to people on the surface, but really it's like you're taking the necessary steps that maybe most people wouldn't see on the surface to take, you know?
Okay. So did it take you time getting used to hearing yourself back? Because I know a lot of people when they're getting started, like they are not used to hearing themselves back or like on recorded devices. Yeah. Was that kind of weird at first, or?
It definitely was like a whole new self-awareness.
Because I don't like hearing myself sing on anything, even if it's just jokingly. I'm just like, I don't like the way I sound. Yeah,
absolutely. And so at first, definitely, it was like, I think that like doing anything creative, it like there's a level of vulnerability involved. Mm-hmm. And so you start putting your voice out there, your images of yourself and like what you're rocking, what you're wearing, like everything all across the board. Like it's just out there. And so I feel like my voice was definitely one of those things where I was like, yo, like, is this really how I speak? And over time, I think I've really become like more conscious and aware of like how I'm saying certain things to certain people, whereas you might just passively speak to people and you don't really know how you're coming off. And so it makes you take a second look at yourself like on a daily basis, you know? And so, yeah, I didn't really mess with my voice at first, but I figured out how to control and use my voice in ways that sound nice to me. You know, like sometimes like you can sing well, but maybe you don't belong singing The Weeknd's vocals. You know what I'm saying? Right.
So know like your place and everything.
Yeah. You know your lane, you know, and that's when you start to bring the most out of what you have.
Good advice.
Yeah.
Know your lane.
Yeah, for sure. Venture out, but understand where your pocket is, you know? Yeah.
All right, so you recently performed at Scully's, the same place where you had your very first show. What was that experience like, having your career come full circle just in that venue, coming back now?
Hey, real quick shout out to everybody who was involved with my headliner at Scully's. You know the vibes. It was Friday, March 7th. Still
love Scully's, by the way.
Scully's is the truth. You know what I'm saying? They've kind of gotten a bad rep lately, but like,
which I don't understand.
Yeah, it's just like it's a legendary historic venue. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's acknowledge how critical it's been for the music scene's infrastructure. You know what I'm saying? Like it's and so
just
important.
The short north in general. Like,
absolutely,
it's been there for a long time.
Absolutely, it really has been holding it down for the longest. You know what I'm saying?
Live right around the corner.
Yeah. I live downtown, so like I'm not far at all. Not at all. But yeah, man, it was definitely a surreal experience. Like, it was like it was like true to form, you know what I'm saying? It was like getting back to my roots in a way. And, yeah, I just being in the moment on stage and just like feeling the contrast of like the two headspaces.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's an insane, I just felt like a fish out of water before, you know, and now I feel like I know what I'm doing. I know how to work the stage, the mic, the crowd, and I just feel like I belong. Like,
and you know the space in the venue.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've unlocked that true self that I'm able to show on stage, and it's just like completely different. It feels poetic, and it feels like a checkpoint, like a benchmark or whatever, you know?
So it's kind of like coming home in a sense, right?
It is. It's coming home, and also like, a springboard to new higher places as well, you know, like.
That's so dope. I can't imagine being an artist on stage in front of all those people, especially for the first show, and then coming back and noticing the difference in the first time. That has
Yeah.
to be like such a like, I don't know if it's like an accomplishment feeling or what it is, but it has to be like a great feeling, you know?
Truly,
Like
truly.
really great feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, on the topic of performances and all that things, I know we just talked about Scully, but what is one of your most unforgettable performances, and what was the audience like? Whether it was your first performance or recent or in between.
I actually I have two. So this show that we just did, You Know the Vibes was what the show was called, was actually the crowning jewel, if you will, of the trilogy of headliners I've done in Columbus.
Okay.
Because it's my home city, so this is where I do it at. This has always been my main focus, and to some extent always will be. So the second headliner we did at Summit Music Hall. It's called How to Body a Bully Bash, because it was themed after my project, How to Body a Bully.
I just saw it on your social media as well, yeah.
So it was a pop punk themed project, and then that was pretty much the overall theme of the entire show, How to Body a Bully Bash at Summit Music Hall.
How to Body a Bully Bash.
Yeah, it's a mouthful. It's a mouthful. But
I was like thinking, I'm about to mess this up. But
no,
I got it.
You nailed it.
I got it.
You ate that for sure.
Bars. I got bars.
Yeah, bars. Yeah, so that was one of those moments where you're like, damn, like this is really happening. Like, whoa, you know? Because we did about 100 tickets, and like I just remember at the end of my set, just looking out and just seeing people from the front of the stage to the back of the house, or front of the house. I think, front of the house, just people piled in, and that was the first time where like I really felt like, whoa, this is happening. Like, yo, did I bite off more than I can chew? Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's part of the imposter syndrome that you got to tackle, you know, as an artist or creator, like,
which is a real thing. Yeah,
truly. Because, you know, we weren't always, especially, we weren't always these things, you know, we weren't always, you know, we're just ordinary people, and to put yourself on a pedestal or whatever, like, it's so weird, you know?
I love that song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. And so it's a weird thing to do. And, yeah, it was one of those moments where it really hit me. Like, this is happening,
Like,
you know?
this is it.
So, yeah. And so I also, my second, instance where this happened was in Cleveland. I had a tour called Who Wants Some Vibes tour.
That's where I'm from, Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland.
Yep. Cleveland, born and raised.
Shout out Cleveland, man.
East
Yeah,
side, yep.
yeah. I call that my second Ohio home, because when I went on tour, they just showed me like more love than anywhere else. It's crazy. Like, I have some like people who I actually call friends, like from Cleveland now, and I just went from like being like a stranger to just like it feeling like a second home, truly. And so, really dope feeling. So yeah, we went on tour, and on the second Cleveland stop, I just remember it just being like a super live turnt crowd. It was like, I was early in the lineup.
I feel like they're always live in Cleveland.
Yeah, yeah, you know, like it felt like just like for the culture. You know, that's what it felt like. It wasn't just like people weren't pulling up just because, oh, bro's got a show, so I'm being a bit like, no, I felt like people were really there to have a great time and really vibe out. So that was cool. But also after, we had like 10 of us like hit up this Mexican restaurant after, and the inside of the store was closed. The restaurant was closed, but they still served us food out the window, and we all just sat as a group like crisscross applesauce on the
vibing, eating.
Yeah, on the pavement. Just and so it was like just a feeling and a time like I'm not going to forget. It's just one of them late summer nights, you know what I'm saying, where everything was just going right.
I'm like, and that's all it takes to create like just memories that you never forget. Just like even just that one little act of kindness, them giving you food through the window. That's like.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm so sentimental. I'd be like, what, for real?
Man,
I'd
too.
have been out there crying, like eating while crying.
I don't always wear it on my sleeve, but yeah, I'm definitely a sentimental guy, and like I remember that.
I can't hide it. Like if something bothers me, I don't have to say it. If I'm sad, it'll show. But
Yeah.
generally, usually happy.
Yeah.
All right. So when getting ready for a show, what's your process like when choosing which songs to perform, and how do you get into the zone before hitting the stage?
Man.
Like, do you listen to playlists or like of your own songs that you have? And you go like, yeah, I want to play this song, or do you pick it based off the venue or what the crowd's going to be like, or like how do you go about choosing songs?
Yeah. So for example, like this last show, you know, the vibes, at Scully's, I wanted to take people through like a journey. So we wanted that to be the theme, was like basically who knows the vibes. If you've been here throughout my whole show run, like who remembers this song, who remembers that song, or whatever, you know. So we start at the beginning and we go through the different eras.
Okay.
It's pretty cool, and was like, if you've been there, it's really rewarding, you know. I'm all about like rewarding the people. It's not about who wasn't there, it's about who was, you know. And so like I love to reward people who were present and who did show up, you know, and make people feel included. And so that's what we did. We went through all those different eras. So I was very particular to make sure we had a vision and chose the songs that really conveyed it. And also what's interesting is that you can cut and choose selections of your songs. You know what I'm saying? Like certain portions of your songs. Like maybe you just want to run a hook and you want to transition into a different song that you have, and this plays really well. I think people kind of get like stuck in like thinking that it has to go from, we're going to play from the top of this song to the 3 minutes and 30 seconds of this. Like we don't have to do that. We can do
And
this
that's so
however we want.
crazy because that's exactly what I was thinking. Like you guys have to run through a whole song and then go to the next song. But I didn't think that,
Yeah.
especially with technology, you guys can cut and mix things up too.
Absolutely.
So.
We could do anything. And that's the whole point of, you know, the vibes, is just to show people like what you
That
can
is
get away
so-
with, you know.
I feel like my mind's just like blown because I'm like, I know they have to run through a whole song and then go to the next song, but
Yeah, nope, we don't. We can just record
don't
scratch.
have me working on your
you
set
know,
list because
hey,
I was
look.
like, we got to go straight to this song to that song. But
Might put you on the small council. Man,
that
you
is
know?
actually really creative.
Yeah.
Do you have a hand in that, or like, do you actually mix it yourself and all that?
So
Jess?
I'm just the visionary. I like, you know, like I'm kind of like Rick Rubin style with it. Like I can't get surgical with the technicals. Like if I'm looking at a soundboard, I'm looking at a foreign language. Like I'm looking at hieroglyphics, basically.
Okay, so it ain't just me.
No,
Okay.
it really isn't. You know,
Like, whoa, like,
yeah.
what is this? What?
Yeah, that's where I be at. So I'm like Jimmy, my guy, my engineer. He cuts all the songs together, and then my sound guy, Dave. Like when we're on location at the venue, he's the one who like gets technical with the sound levels and like making sure that all the tracks are lined up as we planned them beforehand. So, you know, just have a vision in mind and make sure that everything is in alignment with that. And yeah, just deliver, make sure that it gets the message across that you're trying to get across, you know?
Hell yeah. And from what it sounds like, it helps to have a team. Because a team makes everything possible, I tell you. Because like you were talking about, like soundboards and things like that, no idea. No idea.
Yeah.
All right, so we know you met Lil Xan, which is amazing. Another great artist. Listen to his music all day today, too. What
Yeah.
was that like, and who are some of the other artists you would like working with?
Man,
That I watched that clip on your Instagram page
Yeah.
of you two at, was it Park Street Cantina?
that's it. Yeah.
That's crazy because I used to work for Sam and Fadi at Park Street Cantina, and I was wondering if it was around the time I was there, which I wasn't, but I would have loved to see that show because the energy
Yeah.
just from the clip of the video looked insane.
Man, we talked about those moments where it just like really hits you, like what's going on. We're talking about like me just being, you know, a little dork in high school, listening to Lil Xan, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the guy, you know what I'm saying? And so for that to come full circle and for me to not only just get the opportunity to open for him, like, you know,
Insane.
it's really was insane. And then to meet him, and I do not understand how I was able to keep my composure to the degree that you see me keeping it in that video.
Professionalism.
That's yeah. That was
Because I would be spazzing out if
Yeah.
I'm like, are you kidding?
yeah, that right there is the sum total of my work on maintaining composure throughout this journey, because That was a crazy feeling, and my head was like spinning. And yet I delivered my 30-second monologue to bro, and he heard me all the way out. And we just had like a real, I call it a conversation, but it was one-way traffic for sure. It was just me just like letting it all spill to bro. And he I could tell he kind of just like respected what I was saying. And yeah, that was a real human being too. So just never forget, man, that these like celebrities that you meet, like they are real humans, and like they really,
which a lot of us do forget.
Absolutely, we start to kind of view them as like machines or something, but like nah, they really feel, and yeah, they care, and when they see real in you, you know, I think that they really respect it and recognize it. Real recognize real, as they say.
So I'm sure when you're performing, you always give it your all in 100 and put on. When performing with Lil Xan, was that like, okay, I gotta really go all out? Like, did that make you like want to elevate yourself and go like even harder? Or like, how was that? Because I know I would want to, like, even just anybody, if I'm working with you and I idolize you, I'm gonna want to show my all. You know?
Yeah.
So did that make you like go harder and just like kill it?
Yeah.
Because the performance was great.
Thank you. So me and my team, we don't really talk about this too much, but we definitely had some adversity to work through that night. And so we didn't really show that though. There were some obstacles we had to step on over, and it was tough, but I find that it's moments like those where you really dig deep, and like it's a reminder that you're not up there just for kicks and giggles, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a reminder, like, yo, it kind of like ignites a passion inside you that like reminds you like we're here to ignite this emotion in everyone else around, you know what I'm saying? So the things that I was going through that night kind of just like brought me back to the reality that this is not just another day at the office, you know what I'm saying? Like we gotta really put some passion, some fire into this, you know? And so I think that was more so my motivator for switching that on than it was even just performing for Lil Xan, you know? But absolutely, you know, I find that I'm best when somebody, I perform best when somebody stokes my fire, you know what I'm saying? And so that's where we were that night for sure. Yeah.
And especially because of course you always know that what you can give 100%. And when you have a team, you're just like, are you ever stressed or like run around making sure everybody is on their P's and Q's and on your level when performing with another artist like that? Like, I know you're not like a over the shoulder type, but like, are you like making sure like people are doing what they need to do to make sure the set runs smooth? And
so more so, more so for my headliners, you know, because for example, the last one at Scully's, it was like, man, I'm the performer, I'm the booking agent, you know, I'm the stage manager, I'm the everything, you know what I'm saying? Like people think that, oh, the whole team put on this. Nah, man. It was like, I have people who I can credit, but like I was on top of everything. And thanks to my girlfriend, by the way, shout out Ariana.
Hey, Ariana.
Yo. Yeah, that doesn't happen without her, for sure. I definitely gotta ride people's coattails a bit when it comes to those. When it comes to me opening for national touring artists like Lil Xan or Sada Baby or Fix, it's like they've got control of it. Yeah. You know, I don't like to toot my horn.
I mean, much, but that's insane. You should. That's great. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
I have it on my shirt. They're like, this man is telling everything he did. Like, seriously, that is dope.
Now, what I will do is leave it pinned on my Instagram. I'll leave it up there in the pinned post. So I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? I won't talk it too much, but
I respect it.
Yeah. So usually they have teams that are on top of everything. So I just got to make sure that we come correct with our music, are the files in order, and are my people in the building. When, you know what I'm saying? When that's the full weight of what I got to carry, that's when I get the best performance out of myself, because I just feel light as air, you know, and I can just perform and just lock into performer mode, you know. So yeah.
Nice. Okay. So what's some artists you want to work with like in the future, or
that's
like,
right,
or like dream collabs, or you know?
My dream collab that will never come true.
Never say never.
Well, here's why I say never is because he's no longer with us.
Oh, got you.
Juice World, shout out Juice World, man. Huge inspiration.
Great music as well.
Absolutely. Just really made me feel something, and like my adolescence.
He has a huge following.
Massive.
Like, yeah.
And very dedicated and
you know what's crazy? Just getting to know you today and just what I do know of him, I feel like that collab would have been insane. That would have been a crazy collaboration. All right, but other than Juice World,
yeah, Alive. I'm gonna go with Childish Gambino.
Okay.
Because so my name is Jalen, right? I always say no Juice World, no Kid Chaos.
Almost said exclusive.
Jalen. Yeah. No Childish Gambino, no Jalen. I can't say
that would be dope too.
Yeah. It would honestly, like the styles. There's influence in the sound. If you're hip to him, you could definitely hear that. And I've been told that a little bit, But Childish Gambino, I can't say like, oh, I wouldn't be here at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying I wouldn't be alive, but I definitely wouldn't be the person who I am today, or the person who even ventured out to become Kid Chaos. You know what I'm saying? If it weren't for him, who taught me how to be comfortable in my own skin and just what being me even was about. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. That's one of my greatest like life inspos, period. But yeah, I think that we would make some crazy music together as well. Also Drake and Wayne.
Okay.
Yeah.
All people I would do some backup vocals for.
Yeah. I'm here for that.
But I might do a little 1-2 on the track.
Hey, I'm gonna pull some strings and we can make that happen.
Okay, Drake and Wayne.
Yeah. Also, I would say Pink Pantheress and Doechii.
I've been actually listening to Doechii like for the last, I think 3 months straight. Cannot get enough of her. Her just amazing.
Like, unreal talent. Like, I see this whole conversation right now about her being like an industry plant or whatever. I'm like, man.
Which I'm like, why can't we just support her career and like uplift her? And like, why does she have to be a plant?
Yeah, let's take a second. Let's just look at this whole thing in a vacuum. Like, let's listen to the music
and her talent. Like,
let's look at that for a second, and then it will start to make sense. I think a lot of people aren't giving it a second look just because there's the whole "where'd you come from" effect. You know what I'm saying? And so people there's a question mark over individuals who do that. But take a closer look. Take a closer look. All I'm saying, and you're gonna see something's really there. It's not just an industry plant. It's not. Yeah, big Doechii fan right now.
Love Doechii. If you want to collab, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm not even on that level yet.
Neither am I. I'm asking.
Before I walk. All right, let me try and get this done. I hate to rush, but time is moving. All right, so for aspiring musicians, what's one piece of advice that you would give them to help set them up for success and move through some of the challenges that come with getting started?
Yeah, just be bold, and I'll never say be fearless, because you're gonna have fears, but be courageous. Be willing to walk through that fire.
Okay.
It's gonna be a lot of fire, a lot of no's, a lot of realizations, a lot of looking at yourself in the mirror, and some things that may not be pleasant to look at, but that's part of the journey. Understand that you're taking the road less traveled by, and you're willing to take bullets that other people might dodge and shuck and jive to avoid. So it's going to hurt. It'll sting, but, just be willing to put yourself out there, put your art out there, be vulnerable. Understand that there's people out there who feel what you feel. And even though you feel like you're going through certain rare emotions and, just feeling things that feel uniquely to you, even if that were true, I guarantee you there are emotions derivative or similar to that people can take, people can relate to. So lay that out. Let people feel that. And don't stop. Because once you start, you kind of owe it. You owe it to I. This is a personal stance, I think. But once you sell that first merch, once you get those first streams, people have invested in you, and you kind of owe it to them to continue to deliver. Like you've become a part of their life, and they invest into you, and vice versa. I feel like you kind of owe it to them to continue to deliver that to them, because you never know what kind of change or impact you might leave on their life.
That is yes. That part about just even reminding yourself, like, you're not the only one going through this, that helps me a lot in just like everyday life. Like,
Yeah.
it helps me to realize, like, I'm not alone. And, like, if other people can get through it, so can I. So,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Take that advice, y'all. Really good advice.
KC said it first.
All right. So, while we're getting ready to wrap up, I'm going to just ask you a few quick round fire questions. Then we're going to do what's in the bag, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up. That's
Let's do
cool.
it. All right.
All
Bang.
right. So, favorite movie right now?
Avengers Infinity War.
Shut
Yeah.
up. Huge Marvel nerd. Watching Daredevil right now.
Yes,
Loving
sir.
it.
Bang.
Loving it. I'm so ready for even the Marvel, the Mutant Saga. Cannot wait for
Me
it.
too. Yep.
All right. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Japan. Tomorrow.
Okay.
I'd be there.
Japan. Love sushi.
Check this real
Soy
quick.
sauce.
This right here is kanji. It says Kid Chaos in Japanese.
Are you serious?
Kanji. Yeah. I'm that big of a weeb or whatever. I know that weird connotation.
Check out the merch, y'all.
yeah.
Definitely got some merch.
Yeah, man.
I love that.
I don't play by my anime at all.
What's your go-to hype song to get you hype and ready?
Yeah. Right now, it's crazy. It's had a resurgence. Right above it by Lil Wayne and Drake.
Okay.
Way
Get
back.
you in the zone.
Yeah. From I Am Not a Human Being, that project by WCF Baby, man. Yeah.
All right. What's the hobby outside of music that you enjoy doing?
Watching anime. that's literally it.
It's so crazy. I have the longest list in my phone of animes I need to get into because my friends for years have been trying to get me into it. But I'm slowly getting into it.
Yeah, I got some recs for you as well, so holla at me.
Okay, for sure. All right, what's one thing on your bucket list to do that you haven't done yet?
Man. I probably would try like DMT or ayahuasca or something like that. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Adventurous? I'm like, whoa, I don't know. I'm so afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm just like, ooh. Yeah. I'm always afraid I'm going to embarrass myself or do some strange stuff. So I'm like, I don't know. I have to be by myself.
So it's really important to have the right people around you. You know what I'm saying? If it's not the right setting and right individuals that you can trust wholeheartedly, not a good idea. Bad recipe. But yeah.
That is crazy. Okay. DMT or ayahuasca. All right. And last quick fire question. Who was your childhood hero?
Spider-Man.
Hero. Okay. Yeah. Marvel down to the bone.
Yeah. I got three of them actually. I got Spider-Man, I got Naruto, and I got Childish Gambino. That's
okay.
Yeah.
Three superheroes.
Super duper heroes, man.
All right, so let's jump into what's in the bag because I have to show off your bag. It's dope. One of the dopest bags I've seen in a long time, and I'm a bag person. I love bags, so.
Yeah.
Where'd you get this from?
So this is from Sprayground.
Sprayground?
You see that right there?
That is so dope.
Sprayground. They make super dope stuff. It's some of it more loud like this, some of it more simple. I like the loud stuff, especially when I'm on stage.
You see the jacket. I'm so bright and out there.
Absolutely. I like to wear like simple, like black or whatever, and then throw something like, pow, like this on top, you know, like just
add a little pop to it.
Yep.
Make it pop.
Yep.
All right. So what items did you bring today for us in the bag? And would you like to explain the importance or like why you love these items or what they mean to you?
I will delve. Here we go. So as you know,
that bag is so dope. I cannot stop staring at it.
That is Super Saiyan 3 Goku right there. You know the vibes.
Make sure y'all can see it.
You know what it is. So I make music, if you didn't know that. So I have to perform at times. So when I set up for a headliner or whatever, I have like the whole soundboard like in the back of the building to give me like auto tune or echo, reverb, delay, whatever I'm looking for. But if I'm on the road, I kind of want to get some of those effects. I have this vocal pedal right here, right? So I just take the microphone and I run it through here, and then I run this through to the soundboard.
And that does everything you just said. That
Yeah.
little machine.
Yep, you get echo, reverb, and some pitch correction right here, and then you can get surgical and tweak the settings further if you are like really a vet with it. I'm not. The basic settings are good for me. But yeah, if I'm on the road, I'm on like an 8 to 10 stop tour or whatever, I can't be sure that the house will let me use all their equipment. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Or
So
they even would have some of the
maybe not.
stuff, you know, 'cause
Yeah.
some venues lose stuff gets
Yep.
misplaced. But yeah.
Yep. And
Okay. So
yeah,
staying ready so you don't have to get ready.
absolutely.
All right.
Right. So we got that.
Very smart.
Okay.
I wouldn't even know what that is if I put it out of that bag. I'm like, what in the iPod or radio thing is
So next we have a microphone, a wireless mic. If I'm on the road,
You stay
and
ready.
yeah, you just got to be ready, man. Stay from getting ready. Chords are, they're kind of clunky. They're not very sexy.
Do you think wireless works better than,
I will say that typically wired sounds better, and you get less like delay and no latency,
Mhm.
But this, you might get a little bit of that, and the quality might not always be there. But especially if you're at like a kickback type function or
Right.
whatever, like that doesn't matter. We want to be able to roam freely.
And it has to be
Yeah.
super helpful for that purpose
Absolutely.
to roam and move around.
Absolutely. So you get more mobility out of this. So keep that on me too. What else we got? We got favorite candy. Yeah.
Nerds, what?
Yeah, man.
Crack those babies open. I'm just
Yeah. You could have a few if you like.
That is crazy. I haven't had nerds in years.
Would you like some?
Actually, I would actually like some nerds. That is
There you
crazy.
go.
We share around here, y'all.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Food is for sharing.
What's the story behind the nerds?
It's just a part of me. It's probably in my DNA at this point. So that's all there really is to it.
This is my lunch right now, by the way. I'm so hungry.
Yeah. There's nothing else to say.
Don't like your
that.
favorite candy hands down, or
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. There's a few things that come close, but
sorry, don't eat and talk, y'all.
yeah. What's your favorite candy? I'm gonna make you talk anyway.
Right now, any day of the week or any day ever, gummy worms or gummy bears.
Yeah.
Anything chewy, Twizzlers. I love just like gummy candies. Yeah.
Yeah. My mom puts Haribo gummies in the fridge. She likes them.
Are you serious?
So,
See,
yeah.
I like mine room temperature, nice and squishy.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
crazy. Yes, I run them on the hot water sometimes. But
Interesting.
Weird.
Soften them up. So you
weird.
must like. Are you familiar with Nerds Rope?
Absolutely.
Because that's a gummy with nerds around it. No.
Yeah, but I don't know. Gummy worms and gummy bears. Black Forest.
different.
Shout out to Black Forest. Love their brand.
Yeah.
My bad. Now I'm getting stuck in Candyland. Anything else in the bag?
Yeah, we got a couple more things.
All right. All right.
Um.
Damn, those are good.
Yeah, I got seconds for you, man. You need them. Right here. Keep that thing on me.
Okay.
Again, like if I'm touring, I'm on the road or whatever. This is my Nintendo Switch.
Some entertainment.
Yeah, so I can stay gaming. I can take some ankles, in Smash Bros or whatever.
Okay. So we got
Nintendo-
microphone, entertainment,
Yeah, man. Yeah. so
nerds.
Nintendo Switch 2 coming out soon, so I'll be trading in for that. But yeah, gotta keep that on me as well. And then lastly, but not leastly, actually almost, by the way, yeah, Kid Chaos lighter. When duty calls,
I thought you
calls.
meant you had your own brand of lighter. I was gonna say, what? Oh my god.
So it's not my own brand, but we definitely customize these joints.
That is
So,
dope. I was gonna say, what? Kid Chaos lighter. Definitely gonna have one of those because if anybody who smokes or may need any reason to start fire, a lighter is always handy.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's a good reason,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
bonfire or something.
Hey, here you go, by the way.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Are you
Of course,
serious?
of course. I insist.
I know y'all mad right now. Mad right now. Thank you. Anything
Yeah.
else for us?
Yeah, we got this right here. We got this piece of Kid Chaos merch.
What?
Um,
Where can we find your merch if we wanted to grab something for ourselves?
So that would be itskidchaos.com.
KidChaos.com.
It's kidchaos.com.
It's Got you.
itskidchaos.com.
Okay.
So you can find the full Super collection, which has these the logo embroidered um, into the chest. We've got hoodies, not in black just yet. This is just my one of
Obviously, because
one.
you know everybody love black hoodies. I love black
Absolutely.
hoodies. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So
So
as far as shirts, is it just red or
red and white
okay?
t-shirts, crew necks, and hoodies.
Oh, y'all got crew necks too?
We do long sleeve crew necks.
Where the
So
pants at?
you'll get. We're working on that. We're working on that as well. We're also working on book bags. So if you're still a fan of that How to Body a Bully era, you can get a little taste of that. We got that cooking up on the way. But yeah, so if you're looking for a crew neck, you're gonna get this. You're gonna get these down the sleeves and then this embroidered chest pocket logo.
That is so dope. I'm definitely gonna get some for myself. Well, of course, I can't get what he's wearing because that's, one of a kind.
101.
Exclusive.
Just like your boy.
That is so dope.
But actually, this here is for you. I know it may not fit.
Are you serious? What are you trying to say?
Yeah, no,
I would say because I'm a small medium, especially now that summer's coming.
then this works.
Time to get out.
Then
What
this
size is
works.
that?
Perfect. This is a small.
Hell
this
yes.
is a small.
Even if I can't, I'm gonna squeeze into it and post some pictures.
Yeah.
For real. What? I was not expecting to get gifts today.
I just
Best interview.
you know what it is. You know the vibes.
Setting the standard. Are you serious?
I just
I like
appreciate
coffee. I like ramen for anybody else I'm interviewing in the future.
Yeah, noted. If I spin back around,
That's crazy. I
I
appreciate
would take
this.
note of that. Yeah.
That is so dope.
I appreciate y'all having me, honestly. Like, I really do. It's a dope opportunity to get to speak my piece and just yap.
I know I could talk. I was gonna say I could talk for hours, but we do have to wrap it up. So I do want to say thank you so much for coming and sharing a little bit about yourself and letting us send some more. If you want to go on and let the people know where they can find you and follow you at, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, follow me at It's Kid Chaos on Instagram. That's my main thing. ITSKIDCHAOS. It's pretty much a similar variation on all other social media platforms of that. So just check me out. If you started Instagram, you can venture out from there. All my stuff is linked there. If you really want the best place to see, to start though, and branch out for my content and for where to reach me, it's kidchaos.com. Got everything there. ITSKIDCHAOS.com. Yeah.
It's that simple. It's been such a pleasure having you. Hopefully we can do this again in the future. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Once again, I'm your host, DeLorean, with the High Talk Podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the page. And once again, we appreciate all the support and love. Thank you guys.